everyone, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my 12 Days of Christmas craft series. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make these candy bar slider boxes. Now, if you missed any videos in the series, I will have a complete playlist on my YouTube channel that has the 12 Days of Christmas series, so you can go to that playlist and catch up on all of the videos in the series. Now, in my video yesterday, I showed you how to make these boxes. These are the Tic Tac boxes. You can see that I cut out a ornament or a shape. Here's a snowman and a Christmas tree, and then you can see the Tic Tacs through. Well, these candy bar slider boxes are made with the same TT box die that I made these boxes. So I want to show you how these work. So when you open up the ribbon and you pull the ribbon, you can see that the candy bar just slides out. Isn't that great? And then in order to close it, when you're putting it together, you just put that candy bar in and then tie up your ribbon. So this ribbon, it actually pulls that candy bar out. And you might have seen, I don't know, on Pinterest, or if you do crafting, instead of just card making, maybe you do make crafts like this. You might have seen candy bar sliders for larger candy bars. Well, these are for some smaller candy bars and not the larger ones. And I was able to use the TT box die from the Stamps of Life to make these adorable boxes. So you can see the difference between these two boxes. You can see first off that it's the same shape, but the regular Tic Tac box that like we created yesterday, it has the closure here at the top. So you can actually open it. It's actually folded just like a box on the top and bottom. But if you look at this one, there's no top or bottom. It's actually all open here at the bottom and at the top. And then to decorate these, you can just use your stamps, your dies, anything that you have in your stash to decorate these cute little boxes. So this one is my gingerbread man, and when you turn it around, there's the back side of him. So it's almost like a 3D effect. So I just think these turned out super cute, and this is just another alternative that you can use with your TT box. In other words, your Tic Tac box from the Stamps of Life. So to make these boxes, you're going to need the TT box die from the Stamps of Life. It looks like this. You're also going to need a hole punch, because behind here is where I put a hole. There's a hole punch in the front as well as the back, and you will need ribbon. And then to decorate the fronts and the backs, just use your dies, your stamps that you have in your collection. So for this particular box, I used the Gingerbread Boy die set. The paper, which you see here, this plaid, and then the paper on the box, that's from the Joyful Collection paper pad from the Stamps of Life. And then I just die cut these in little individual pieces, the buttons, the bow, the face, out of solid color cardstock. So here I have the strawberry cardstock, the banana cardstock, and the powdered sugar cardstock. And I inked up the edges of this shirt with the spearmint ink. And then I put a little pocket here on the back. For this box, I used the stamp from the Pudgy Santa and Mrs. for HSN. So you can see it comes with Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. It was sold on HSN. It's a Stamps of Life stamp set. And I colored it up with my Copic markers. And if you want to see how I colored this image, I will put a link down below to another video that I used this in, and you can take a look and see how it was colored. And then on the back, it has the ho 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 from that stamp set, and I used some stitch circles on some powdered sugar cardstock. So on the back, you can either put a sentiment, or you can do like I did here and just put the back side of an image. This one, I used the Christmas tree to stamp dies, and I die cut some pattern paper. And that pattern paper is from the Party On collection. And I did use the Merry and Bright sentiment that was also part of the Christmas sentiments for sale on HSN's website. And I die cut it out of some green foil paper and backed it up on a powdered sugar shadow layer, and then added it to my box. So you can see that it is a 3D Christmas tree front and back. I just love how that turned out. Now I'm going to show you how I made this one. So there will be a full tutorial on how I made this cute little box with the gingerbread girl, and then the back side of her with the and these little boxes, you can see that they stand up. Aren't these cute? So you can stand them up on a table, and have them as a nice display. Even when your candy bar is all gone, you can have them stand up and have them as a display. I thought that was super cute. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this adorable gingerbread girl. So to make the slider candy bar box, we are going to be using the TT box die from the Stamps of Life, and we're going to put that on the pattern paper and run that through the die cut machine. Now when that comes out of the die cut machine, it has the score line. So if you wanted to fold the box to make it into an actual box shape, like we did in the previous video when we actually enclosed the Tic Tacs within it, you can do that. So for this candy cane slider box, we are going to just use our scissors and cut these flaps off of our box. So we're going to have a straight edge at the top and the bottom. So make sure you're cutting along the score lines at where the flaps start, okay? So you're still gonna have the score lines going this way where you fold your box this way, and that's perfectly fine. All we're doing is cutting off the score lines for the actual flaps where you fold the bottom and top closed. And then you're just going to fold at the additional score lines. So there's 4 other score lines left. And then just put the body, this is actually the body of the box, and we're gonna put that together. So you can either use glue or you can use some double-sided tape. Add some tape to the flap and bring the top part in and just press down to close your box up. Okay, so there is the box. Next, you're going to take a hole punch and you're going to come in right at the edge. Make sure it's not too close to the edge, and you're actually going to be cutting through 2 layers of cardstock. And I'm just going to press that down. So there's my hole, okay? So if you come up too high, you're going to end up coming too close to the end of that cardstock. Now, I also want to mention that if your cardstock or your pattern paper is directional, make sure your hole is going at the top. You want this at the top of your box. So the direction of your cardstock should be, the top part should be facing the hole. So I'm gonna set this aside. Let's go ahead and work on this cute little gingerbread girl. So I have the gingerbread girl die set, and it comes with the dies to cut out the girl. So you have the shadow layer, and then you have the layering piece. So I've already die cut that out of some ginger snap cardstock. Both of them are out of the same color. And I'm going to take the layering piece and just add some ginger snap ink right along the edges. And this is just gonna add for not only some dimension, but it's also gonna help distinguish it between this top layer and then the shadow layer, because remember, they are the same color. Now, if you wanted to do a separate color for the shadow, you can. If you wanted to just do a white piece, whatever color you wanted to, you can, but I chose to use the same color cardstock. So next, I'm just going to layer this on. So I'm just gonna use some glue, add some glue to the back, and add this to my shadow layer. Now that die set also comes with a little dress for the gingerbread girl. It also comes with a die that you can cut out various style pockets. It also has a die to cut out a bow tie. There's a star die, and then there is a heart die. And then there's also a die for the smiley face, which I've already die cut some white cardstock. That's why you see that stuck inside of there. So we're gonna go ahead and dress her. There's also a die for the frosting. So I did die cut the dress out of this heart paper, and I'm going to add some ink to the edges just to add some dimension. So I'm gonna take my Blueberry Stamps of Life ink, and I'm just going to ink up the edges here. And then I'm just going to flip this over and add some glue to the back of that. And add that right to the front. Okay, and then on this dress, and you probably can't see it, but if you have this die, you'll know what I'm talking about. At the very bottom, there is a little score line, and it has a frosting score line for fringe at the bottom of her dress. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the frosting die, and that frosting die has this long piece of frosting on it, and that's what it's for, is to die cut a piece of cardstock to put there for a little bit of a ruffle at the bottom of her dress. So what I'm going to do is I have this piece of strawberry cardstock. So I'm just going to put some double-sided adhesive tape right on the back of this, because I want to die cut this so that it has some sticky on the back, and then I'm going to run this through my die cut machine just like that. So when that comes out of the die cut machine, you have your frosting, and I didn't want to do white because you wouldn't be able to even see it on the white dress, so that's why I went with the red. So now I'm just going to line that up with that embossed, it's almost like an embossed line on her dress. So just line that up and then press that down. And I'm just going to cut off a little bit here on the end because it is extending a little bit past. So that adds a little bit of style to her dress. I'm also going to use the pocket die set, and I die cut some blueberry cardstock to create 2 pockets. So she's going to get 2 pockets on the front of her dress. I'm going to go ahead and add those with some glue. And then the face die, I went ahead and die cut that out of just some white cardstock. And I did not have double-sided adhesive on the back of this, so I'm just going to have to put some glue on this and attach it. And then I also have the same die, which I die cut some white cardstock, and I'm just going to add some frosting, give her a little bit of frosting there, just to add some more of that special touch. So here we have the white frosting going on, and we're going to add some to her arms as well. I'm also going to add some hair to her. I think that would be really cute. Just add a little bit of hair. Oh, how stinking cute is she? Oh my gosh. So for this box, I'm going to use this little Kit Kat. So you can use, there's various size candies that will fit in here. I really like how the Snickers fits perfectly inside. So if I were to use the Snickers, this actually fits the best. It's very, I mean, shouldn't say it's snug, but it fits the width of this the best. And that is the Snickers. It's a Snickers tree. You can also use the Kit Kat. You can also use the Reese's tree. That would fit as well. So these Snickers trees, I purchased these at Target. They come in a pack of 6. They look like this. Or the Reese's trees, they look like this. I also picked those up from Target. Or you can just get your Kit Kats. These are just the snack size Kit Kats. Those will fit as well. So I'm going to take some red ribbon here, and I'm going to put the ribbon right through the hole. So it's going to go through the outside of the one hole and then on the inside of the next hole. Now when you add the ribbon, just make sure that it is straight and it's not twisted on the inside. Okay, and then just have some hanging on each side. I haven't even cut mine yet because I just wanted to see how much I would need. And then once you stick your candy bar in there, you're sticking it on top of that ribbon, and it's actually bringing the ribbon down to the bottom of the box. So here I'm just going to make sure I get that straight. I don't want it to be curled up. And then up at the top is where I'm going to do my tie. So that's where I'm going to do my bow. But I think I'm going to pull this a little bit more out and get some more ribbon on that left side. So we'll pop that right back in there. And then I'm going to cut this side of the ribbon. And then here's where I can just tie it in a bow. All right, and once you have your bow, just going to kind of flip this around just so that it's horizontal and it's the actual length here of the top. And then I can just trim off any excess. And there is my slider. I'm just gonna fix that so it's straight. So now when you unwrap this, if you just pull this ribbon, the candy bar will come right out. So that's how the slider works. All right, so now we can decorate the front. Remember, this is the top, so here's my little girl. Now, when I'm putting her on here, now sometimes, because this is a smaller candy bar, this box is actually standing up on its own. But if I were to use the Snickers, because there's a lot of extra wrapper down here and it takes up more of the width, the boxes that I was using were not standing up on their own very well. So what I did, if your box isn't standing up on its own very well, you're going to need to put your die cut so that the feet on the die cut are towards the bottom of the box, because if you have the edge of the die cut right up against the edge of that box, it's going to help it stand a little bit better. And that's where the back side will come in as well. So here I'm going to go ahead and put this down here at the bottom, right at the edge. Okay, glue that down. And then on the back side, I already did my back of my little girl. Now, if you don't like that look, you can always put a sentiment on the back. That's up to you. And on the back side, you'll go ahead and glue that down towards the bottom. So again, just make sure that her feet are positioned there towards the bottom, because she's gonna help us stand this box up. And there is your cute little box. Isn't that adorable? I love that. So that's the little gingerbread girl, and then on the back, you're looking at her backside. I think that's so cute. So it's almost like a 3D effect. So you see the front, you turn it over, you see the back of her. So it's that 3D effect for the box. And you can see there's the candy bar, it's connected by the ribbon, and then when your recipient opens it, all they have to do is open the ribbon and pull this out, and there is their treat. Isn't that cute? I just love that. So if we were to do the Snickers, you can see, you can pop that one in there too. And I just love how that Snickers really fits the box really well, but you can see that works as well. Okay, so just wanted to give you options in case you don't have certain candies where you are, if you are doing this box. Just wanted to give you certain options for the candies that you can choose. So isn't that adorable? I just love that.
So once again, here are all of the candy bar slider boxes that I created. And if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more inspiration. And remember that if you missed any of the videos in this series, they will be listed in a playlist on my channel. So go check those out. Have a great day, everyone, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.